Well, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Heartland Show on Midwest Whitetail. First and foremost, I just want to take a second to thank you guys for the continued support throughout the year. We've been really stacking up a lot of episodes, and at this point in the season, there's been a lot of them. So if you've still been with us throughout the entire season here as we're wrapping things up, we really appreciate that support that you guys give us week to week. This week on the episode, we've got a really exciting one for you guys. My good buddy Chris Dussold was able to get another great deer down in the Illinois firearm season. So we're going to check that one out, and then we're going to check in with Matt Margrabe as he was able to punch a tag on one of his leases. And then we're going to wrap things up with a special hunt to me. I was able to take my youngest son Blake out on his first hunt here about a week ago. So we're going to check that out and kind of dive into some of my late season tactics here. So let's jump right into this week's show.
It is opening morning, Illinois, gun season, and it is just a gorgeous morning. As soon as we got set up here in our redneck blind, we had a buck. We couldn't really tell what it was, how big it was, but other than it was a buck cruising out in front of us, and at about 150 yards. But action is already happening. Not many shots yet, of course. It's just started. It's just after daylight, but this is one of the best days of the year. I love bow hunting, but deer hunting here with John every year, filming each other, doesn't get much better than this. So we're gonna hunker down and see what we can see. Hopefully, there's been a lot of deer activity on the cutting backs the past several days. The deer are definitely running, and we're hoping to have a real slammer come through today. So, fingers crossed.
That's what my station is like.
Let him keep coming. As long as he wants to come.
Side of the window. You still have him? No. Now I do, yes.
Ready?
Yeah. Did I hit him? I don't know. I can't tell because he took off right across the corner of the window.
Just like that, it happened so fast. We had an absolute monster of a deer. It's one that I think we know from the cutty back photos, not too far from here. That is not a regular. I think he came in during the run a few days ago, but came out of the timber and meandered through the beans. And he wasn't necessarily in a big hurry, but fast enough, and we were just letting him come in. And man, oh man, he started veering off a little bit, so we knew we had to take the shot at about 100 yards. And from the looks of his reaction, I think we've got a good shot on him. He ran into the timber. We're going to give him a few minutes. But man, oh man, it never gets old. This never gets old. So we're going to give it some time, let things settle down. We're going to see if we can find this deer. So, as always, fingers crossed. Okay, what you may not know is I am very colorblind, so finding blood is not my thing. Thankfully, good buddy John, he found blood. We knew we were at the spot. We mentally marked the spot where we thought he was when we shot, and John said, there it is. John's going to be the one sort of trailing this. He's going to point me in the right direction. Do you see where the next spots are?
Straight ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
We had a little bit of drizzle this morning, but
This is the fun part.
not enough to leave
Sorry.
holes of wetness, so that's kind of what I'm looking for.
If you look on the ground right there in front of you, yeah, on the branch, and then the ground, he laid down there.
Okay,
He can't be far away now.
here you go.
Yeah,
Yep, here you go.
that's quite a pool.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Now, I want to take a quick gander to these hinges laying down. If I see a head moving, we're going to be a little more careful or back out and let them expire. But,
Oh, that's a big smile.
let's go take a look.
Holy cow, that is a big deer. That qualifies as a monster.
Wow, wow, wow. This is a deer. I'm pretty certain it's one that just showed up a few days ago on the Cutty Link system, not very far from here. And we knew we had a good source of food. We have a lot of does in this area, and the bucks have been rutting the past few days. Opening day of Illinois gun season, and first year in Illinois able to use straight wall rifles. So this one was the good old 45-70, a caliber my dad used to use back in Missouri when I was a kid. Again, we have no history up until just a few days ago of this deer. But during the rut, you just never know where they're coming from. So, man, it is warm as you can tell. Here, it's November 17th, and we're in short sleeve shirts and sweating. So we're gonna get him out of here, get him cooled off. But oh man, tag punched here in Illinois on Midwest Whitetail, and now John's got a full-time cameraman from here on out through gun season. So everyone be safe out there.
Welcome to Midwest Whitetail. It is, I believe, December the 4th. It is the Monday after the Illinois second gun season. And I'm back down here on the lease, still after the short G2 buck that I call the Jigro. Got pictures of the deer last night, about 200 yards from here. So I came in and got set up. I'm about 80 to 100 yards north of the food plot here, and I got some really thick stuff over here to my left with a northwest wind, so I'm hoping to maybe catch him cruising the downwind side of this thick stuff, still looking for a doe. It's about 3 o'clock. I'm doing a hanging hunt. There's some fresh buck sign in here. Look like a fresh rub in a scrape that hasn't been there too long, so hopefully tonight will be the night. Me. Okay, well that wasn't the short G2 buck, but that was a 7-pointer, good mature deer. I had multiples encounter with him last year. Last year I thought he was probably a 4-year-old, so I think he's probably a 5. Got a really nice frame on him. He's big and mature. He came in and worked that rub that I found today, so I don't know if he's the one that made it originally. So pretty excited. I didn't know if I was gonna end up filling my tag this year here in Illinois or not, but really happy to be able to shoot a mature buck. I'm pretty sure I made a good hit on him. He walked over there, stood there for a little bit, and then eased off. I never did see him lay down, but I'm gonna get down, look at the arrow, try to decide if I want to try to get him out of here tonight because I'm down here by myself, or come back in the morning. So, but awesome hunt. Can't believe it happened. It all happened here in the last 20 minutes of daylight or whatever, 30 minutes or so, but super awesome.
Okay, well, I just got back to the truck. After it got dark, I crawled down and went over to the arrow, and there wasn't a lot of blood on the arrow like I thought there would be, and I didn't really find any blood on the ground right there close to where I shot him. So when I got back to the truck, I rewatched the video, and it looks like I hit him just a little bit back and low. So I think what I'm going to do is just leave him lay overnight, because it's supposed to get down in the 30s this evening, and then see if I can't get some help and come back in the morning and see if we can't find him.
All right, well, Jim and Toby and I have made it to the food plot back here. We're about 80 yards from where I shot him. He was headed towards this food plot when I shot him. But when we got back here, we saw some buzzards get up. So hopefully they're not on him. But I left the arrow and everything last night, didn't track him at all. So we're gonna go in and see what it looks like, try to find some blood. Hopefully he's laying right there and the coyotes and stuff haven't got on him, but I don't know, we'll see. It's getting pretty warm today, so we need to find him pretty quick and get him cut up if he's still salvageable. Okay, man, work that rub right there. Here's my arrow. Okay, well, we got a tag on him, got him drug out here in a little bit more open territory so we could get some pictures and do a little interview. But I made a marginal shot, hit him just a touch back, so we elected to wait till this morning to come in and recover him. And it was a pretty tough track job. We only found blood for probably 75 to 100 yards and ended up having to make big grid circles. Toby ended up finding a small drop of blood and then seeing him laying over here in the thick stuff. So cool hunt, awesome to be able to harvest a deer that you've got history with. I had multiple encounters with him last year, but glad these guys could help me. We're going to take a few pictures here, and that will be the end to my Illinois season.
Guys, Blake and I are all set up in the blind now. It is 2:50, so about 10 to 3 here, and we got set up pretty good. It went quiet for the most part. Blake's in this Pat through his first snack already, so we'll see. We'll keep tabs on that for sure. We were pretty pumped up when we got in the blind. We had a heavy dose of WWE music on the way here, and Blake's a big fan of that, so it really feels like they're gonna move tonight. I could be wrong, but I don't think we're gonna get a true late season hunt by any means, but I'm definitely expecting deer to get in here and hit this corn. So, what's up?
And we're gonna go to the wrestling, and I hope we see all the wrestlers.
We are. We're going to wrestling next week, so if you're looking to check in with me next weekend, I won't be hunting because I'm taking Blake to see the WWE wrestlers here.
And if you go there, you can see us.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna finish this, and we'll talk about wrestling. So we're gonna settle in on that note. Again, Big 8, he's been coming out here on the other side of this plot by this other redneck pretty consistently at night, and that's where I've had him bedding here the last few years, is on the bottom side of this ridge that we're on the top of. Oh yeah, this is important. Blake brought his own gun tonight. He does not have an Illinois tag, unfortunately, so he won't be able to use this tonight, but just in case, he brought it, so.
Practice.
Lucky us. Yeah, practice. Great. All right. That's a good note to end on. Next time you see us, hopefully we're looking at deer. Alright, so hey, if we see a deer, we can't yell, okay? We gotta be quiet, alright? We gotta whisper. You got my lucky hat on, right?
Get my gun for him.
Well, we're down to our last 15 minutes here of legal light, and right now there's nothing out here in the plot that I can see. If something comes out here in the last 10 minutes, I'll definitely show it to you guys, but if not, that's gonna wrap up this set. And if anything, it was just fun to get out here with Blake. He did a great job. I was very impressed with how well he did and is still doing, so that's a long sit for a 5-year-old. So my plans going forward will be food. I'm not gonna hunt every weekend. I'm definitely gonna plan my hunts around the fronts. So anytime I see a trigger in the forecast, you'll definitely see me out. So appreciate you guys checking in with me, and hopefully we've got some good hunts still to come this year.
Well, that's going to wrap up this week's show. Special congrats to Chris and Matt. It's pretty awesome to see those guys get deer down. Moving forward, like I mentioned in the beginning, we're getting towards the end of the year here. So, late season, we talk about it a lot on the show. It's a great time if you've got food to kind of get those bucks back that are maybe starting to get on a feeding pattern, especially with the weather triggers where these deer have to feed. So we'll definitely be pushing that down the stretch. But the other side to late season for me, obviously I love the hunting aspect of it, but for me, it's a really good opportunity to do what I did with Blake. I love to take the late season and get my kids out there. The redneck blinds are awesome for that. We're really fortunate to have access to those because you can get those kids out in the outdoors late season. A lot of times if you do it right, they're gonna see a lot of deer, especially if you're sitting over food. So that's really gonna pique their interest and hopefully hold their interest in deer hunting. And with the rednecks, if you've got access to rednecks or any kind of blinds, it's really nice because they're comfortable. That's one thing I've noticed trying to get my kids involved is they gotta be comfortable first. So, if we can keep them comfortable and they can see lots of deer, it's an awesome time to cash in on that opportunity to spend time with your kids. I really look forward to it. My kids love it. It's almost like they know at this point in the season, it's their turn. They start asking me more and more every year, is it, can we start going? Can we start going? So, and I love taking them. I was really proud of Blake. I thought he did a great job. He's only 5 years old, I think I mentioned, but he's definitely our rambunctious one. So for him to sit there quiet and have a good time was pretty awesome. So Definitely memories that you don't forget, at least for me. You know, you remember the good hunts, but I definitely remember the hunts with my kids. So looking forward to stacking some more of those up this year as we grind it out here at the end. And maybe we'll be able to add another buck to that as well. So again, appreciate you guys checking in with us, and we'll see you right back here next Friday on the Heartland Show on Midwest Whitetail.